Shalom, everyone, and Shavua Tov, a good week, and we are here into a new part of the Torah, and I'll explain what does it mean new. When we started the study in the beginning of this Hebrew calendar year, which means we'll be studying Bereshit, Genesis, we said that the book of Genesis is about very important thing, which is it's a new year. If you did a great job, you're not the same person, right? Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, whatever you did, you had your really spiritual workout, and now you're a new person. You're really a new vessel, which means you have to reenact the rules. You have to start all over again. And that means you have to start to learn from A. And that means that you have to read the book of Genesis, which tells us about how to work on our attributes and our behavior and our emotions. And we have to relearn what does it mean, chesed, loving and kindness, through the story of Abraham and Sarah. And we have to relearn the meaning of judgment, gvua, through the story of Isaac and Rivka, which means how not just to be able to overcome your immediate needs and urges, but also to learn how to put the boundaries. And you need to know and to learn how to juggle between the two, and that's by the story of Jacob that became Israel, and the wives, Rachel and Leah and stuff like this, and you complete that with the story of Joseph, how to manifest it. Okay, so that's Genesis. So as Genesis was over, we started the 6 weeks of the Shovavim with the book of Exodus, which means now you know who you are and what you are much better. Now you go and fight your freedom. And what I mean fighting for your freedom? Freedom means freedom from your Egypt, freedom from your Pharaoh, freedom from all what limits us. And as we really have to internalize, I just ask my students once in a while to make a list and to write down. If all what bothers me, disturbs me, limits me, will be taken away and gone, what would I do in my life? When I have no excuses, no limitations, no boundaries, what would I do with my life? My teacher used to say, a lot of people, when they take away their troubles, they'll have an identity crisis. Because we are so busy with really maintaining, giving power, feeding our Pharaoh, our Egypt, our boundaries, our limitations. We are so busy with what we don't like. We're so busy with the problem. So there's no time for what we do really like, really, not an escape, just for a second, what we really want to do about our lives. And we have no time left for what do we really want to become, what we want to be. And that's a very important thing. And that's what our parsha is about. Because 6 weeks are over. The 6 weeks of the Shovavim are just over yesterday. The Shabbat of Mishpatim, these 6 weeks are over. What do we have during these 6 weeks? We have a very powerful voyage, epos, journey of releasing ourselves. Is it over? It peaks, as we said, on Mount Sinai Revelation, but Mount Sinai Revelation last Parashat Ito and Parashat Mishpatim. Why Parashat Mishpatim? So we explained, when you are Mount Sinai and you see everything, you also see that the limitations are not limitations, they're basically tools. Why do we need so many tools? Why do we need so many rules? If somebody does, Mishpatim means laws. Why do you need the laws? And you have to understand what the Zohar is saying, that in the Torah, the Zohar says, the Creator gave us the path of life and the path of death. We have to make the choice. Going by the rules, it's not a burden. It's not a limitation. It's giving us the best way to get what we really want. Same way, an example, you shouldn't steal. What if I feel like stealing? What if the guy I'm stealing from, he is so rich, he's not going to notice. No, it says what? In do not steal, you didn't get. Right? It says do not steal very clearly. No, do not steal from poor people. You can steal, however, from rich people. No, it doesn't say so. It says do not steal. Why? Because let's go back to the beginning. And in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and then God said, let there be light. And he saw that the light was good. So what did we learn? That every time, says the Zohar, that we feel good, it's about connecting to that light. But connecting to the light, there are rules. Same thing in electricity, the same thing in traffic. There are rules. And you have to go by the rules in order to use that power instead of the power blows you up. That's the way it is. Why does it have to be so hard? So we know in the beginning it was very easy. The Creator gave us everything, we received everything, and everything was perfect. Was it perfect? No, there was one little problem. We didn't create it. We didn't own it. We wanted to be a creator. Okay? So we have this amazing creation, which is called life, the earth, our bodies, whatever. Everything is so miraculously amazing. And we have an opportunity to own, which means to acquire it through our own actions. How? You have to know. There are rules. It's not a burden. You know what? You're a kid. You have a bicycle. You have bicycles. And you can ride your bicycles only in the playground, in between the houses, right? You never go to the street. Now, you grow up, you want to get a license, a driving license. You have to learn the rules. Why? Because now, if you don't know the rules and you drive in a car, you have a massive destructive machine. You hurt yourself. So it's not about, the rules are not vicious. The rules are in order, the moment you understand the rules, it's much easier. The more you know them. If you don't know the rules, of course, you're going to suffer. So of course, when you go something, let's say you're playing any kind of a game, a ball game. You go on the field and you go to play. If you know the rules, you can really put your best. If you don't know the rules, you're always afraid that you're going to do something wrong. Life is about, one of the effort you have to make is to understand the rules and to stop with that nonsense that the rules are against you, they're burdening you, whatever, because the moment you're driving a Lamborghini, there are rules that do not apply for bicycles. Grow up already. There are rules, and you have to go by the rules in order to get the best out of it. Why does it have to be complicated? We're going to come to it. That's the way, but that's how it's structured. You need to achieve it. So, after understanding that, knowing the rules, now we're coming to Parashat Terumah, our parasha. And our parasha, Terumah, if you think that the Parashat Mishpatim is boring, I have some surprises for you. Terumah is so much more boring. First of all, nothing happens in Parashat Terumah. Second, there's nothing exciting. You know what? You can read about the rules. Some people get excited about what happens to a thief if he's caught, if he stole an animal, if he stole an object. You know how much he paid for it. Some people get the thrill out of it. At least something happening. Over here, okay, it says, we're talking about the book of Exodus, chapter 25, verse 1. Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe lemor, and God speaks to Moses, saying, Daber el bnei Israel, talk to the children of Israel, v'yikchu li terumah, should take from me a contribution. Okay? And I don't want to go into it because every year we go into these first few verses, we'll come back to it. But then it goes into, what is a contribution? So you need to build a tabernacle, a portable temple that the Israelites had in the desert. Okay, what do you need? Zahav v'chesef u'nechoshet, gold, silver, and copper. Tchelet v'argaman v'tolat shani v'shesh v'izim, all kinds of expensive fabrics. Orot eilim me'udamim, skins, orot chashim, atzei shitim, acacia wood, you can find it in the desert. Shemen lamaor, oil for the lamps, and incense, perfumes, and so on and so forth. Okay, it goes on the list. Not too many things, about 13 different uh, what's it called? Materials. Okay? And then it says, "Kechol asher imara otcha," the way I show you, that's how you're going to build the Mishkan, the tabernacle, the portable temple. And then it goes in uh, verse 10, "Ve'asu Aaron atzei shittim," they will build an ark which is made of acacia wood, okay? 2 cubits and a half length, 1.5 cubit width, and a cubit and a half height. Very exciting, right? You cover it gold from the outside and from the inside, okay? And then it says you should put this and this is very, I don't know about you, it's boring. But you know what? It looks like it's boring. However, you look at the Zohar of Parashat Terumah. This is the Zohar of Parashat Terumah. It's a whole book. It's a whole book. What? You have so much to write, and the Zohar writes very condensed, very short. What do you have so much to write about? So you know what? Leave the Zohar. Go to someone else. One of the most famous scientists in the history of mankind, Sir Isaac Newton. Newton, I don't know if you know, I speak about it once in a while, he had 2 sets of manuscripts. One was only physics, calculations, and math, okay? And the other one was spiritual. He said that he derived the physical formulas from the spiritual ones. The physical ones, they are in the Newton Museum in England. Even his Zohar in Latin is there. He studies Zohar. And in his spiritual writings, he writes especially about Parashat Terumah. He says, Sir Isaac Newton, that all the rules of physics of the whole universe are hidden, coded in Parashat Terumah, in the story of the building of the ark. Okay, building not just the tabernacle. Okay, they didn't have it. They didn't hold it in the museum in England. It was auctioned, and Israeli bought it, and it's in Jerusalem, in the National Library, where it should be, because it speaks about the Bible. It speaks about the Torah, and it speaks about the Zohar. He says all the rules of the universe, physics and metaphysics. It's all in Parashat Terumah. So, can we in one hour cover it all? No, but we can cover some of the rules. So when we're talking about the ark, we're talking about a source of power. It's like a generator. A generator. We saw the Spielberg's Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a generator of power. Where is the ark? The ark is lost. Is it really lost? No, we can still create that in our heart. Because it says everything that was there, a physical object, can be recreated and restructured by our prayers, our study, our behavior. And Parashat Terumah is about, now you're free, now it's time to build your dreams. First, you should have a dream and then build it. And what are the rules? How do you build it? That's in the building of the tabernacle. You have to go by the rules in order for it to be functional. So you have the ark, and you have the cherubim on the ark. And you have the whole thing about the ark, and then you have the table of the tabernacle. And the table, no table anymore, because where are all of these tools? They're gone. They were stolen by the Romans, brought to Rome. Then it says that somebody else stole it. It came. There are so many myths about where is it all? And the Zohar says, very simple. When you read what it says in this simple verse 8, Ve'asu li mikdash, and they will build me a temple. Veshachanti betocham, and I will dwell in them. Which means we think we're building a temple for God, so he has a house, otherwise he's homeless, right? But the purpose is so the light of the Creator can dwell in each one of us. So basically, the whole story of Parashat Terumah and the Parashot coming after about one thing: how does a person create his own surrounding environment as a holy space? Which means, where is the table of the temple? The table is your table at home. That's why the Torah, that's why the commentators are saying your table is the place that it's also the place you sacrifice. Also, this is everything, all the work, and you are the high priest. Which means, after the destruction of the temple, everything was privatized. What does it mean? Instead of having a temple and the high priest, only the holy high priest can do it. It's a different generation. It's a different era. You can't wait for the high priest to do it for you. You have to do it at home by yourself. You have a menorah lighting Shabbat candles. You have the table for all the temple work, and you are the high priest. Very simple. Now, what's in it for me? The understanding is like this. And I'll just, in order to understand it, let's go into the Zohar. Okay? In the Zohar, in the Parashat Terumah, verse 253 in the Sulam commentary, it says as follows: Rabbi Abba Patach HaMikra v'amar. Rabbi Abba is quoting from Psalms 9, and he's saying, Mizmor David, a Psalms to David, Biyoto b'midbar Yudah, when he was in the desert of Judah. Shoel, he's asking, מה השינוי מכל שאר השבחים שאינו אומר באיזה מקום שיבח אותם דוד המלך? Why here in this psalm King David has to mention the location where he composed that psalm? Okay, most of them do not mention the place it was written. שאומר, why does it have to mention a place? ומשיב אלא לא זה בלבד. It's not the only place. There's some other places, some other psalms that King David is mentioning. Where did he create that psalm? וכן כולם, שהוא להראות לכל בני העולם. And the answer is, when King David is mentioning the place, it's usually a place that he was persecuted. להראות לכל בני העולם, continues the Zohar, to show all the people of the world, שבחו של דוד, the quality and the praises of King David, שאף על פי שהיה בצער, although he was in pain, in sorrow, והיו רודפים אחריו and was persecuted, היה משתדל לומר שירות ותשבחות לקדוש ברוך הוא. He was still making all the effort possible to say psalm, between praises and singing to the Creator. ואף על פי שהיה אומר ברוח הקודש, although he was saying that with the Ruach HaKodesh, with the Holy Spirit on him, otherwise it won't become psalms. Anything that somebody says does not become an eternal book that billions of people recite it, sometimes every day. Only if it was really done with the Holy Spirit. הרי רוח הקודש לא היה שורה עליו, אלא עד שהיה משתדל שישרה עליו. The Holy Spirit would not dwell on King David unless he made the effort to invite it and to bring it in. וכן בכל מקום אינו שורה רוח הקודש מלמעלה, and so, understanding this rule, in every place, the Holy Spirit does not come and dwell on a person עד שיעורר אותו אדם מלמטה, till the person awakens it from below by making the right actions, but having the right thoughts and consciousness by preparing himself to become that dwelling so that force can dwell in him. ודוד, and King David, אף על פי שהיו רודפים אחריו והיה בצער, although he was persecuted, he was physically being chased after to kill him, and he was in pain, in sorrow, לא היה עוזב השירות והתשבחות מפיו, he did not stop praising and singing. He did not stop praising and singing to his master in the heavens. ואם תאמר, זה שלמדנו, so I think we understand that. That goes together with another part that explains why the parasha is called Terumah. What does it mean, Terumah? So, in most books, Terumah is being translated as a contribution. Okay? But that does not mean, Terumah does not mean simply or literally contribution. Terumah, contribution is giving. Okay? Latet, netina. So what is Terumah? Terumah, the real meaning, the simple meaning of the word Terumah means to raise, says the Zohar, to raise the hay. Tarom, hay. Harama, leharim, to raise. You say raising donations. What means raising? Here it's raising the hay. What is the hay? The letter hay, in this case, in many places, symbolize the vessel that is supposed to become the dwelling of the Holy Spirit, of the light of the Creator. Okay, so when it says Terumah, it means something really important. Something really, really important that people have to understand. You think when you're giving to somebody, you made an act of doing a favor with somebody else. And the Zohar explains, no, what you're doing when you're giving a donation, when you care for somebody else, because it could be a donation of time, money, food. There's so many things you can give to others, improving their lives, right? But all of these are called contribution, right? But in Hebrew, when it's called Terumah, the meaning is, the name is, I usually get take the example that, let's say you tell somebody, turn on the light. Okay? Now, what do people usually do? They go and they push a piece of plastic on the wall, right? You don't tell people, press the plastic on the wall. You tell them, turn the light, because you call the action after the desired result. The same thing, Terumah. Terumah, you're doing an act of generosity to somebody else. But basically, what you're doing is you're raising yourself to a higher place. And that's the purpose. Raising your vessel, raising your life, raising your soul, raising it to a place in which it can become a dwelling of the Holy Spirit, of the light of the Creator. So you don't call it after the how the action looks like. The action looks like you're going to push a piece of plastic on the wall. But when you tell somebody, go push the piece of plastic on the wall, it looks at you like, what happened to you? Right? The Zohar says the same thing. You give something, you give your heart, a smile, whatever you contribute to somebody else's life, physical or spiritual. You're not giving them, you're raising yourself. That's what happened. Because some people, they give, and everybody reciprocates, right? You give them love, you give them money, you give them food, whatever, nothing changes. It's like nothing happened. If you do it from all your heart, from the right place, says Rabbi Ashlag, and that's the most important thing about life, is when you do it first of all in order to raise yourself to a place that you basically connect to the Creator. If the other person says thank you, reciprocated, was appreciating or giving you a favor in return, this is not true. That's not, the name is Terumah. Raise up the hay. You're raising yourself to a higher place. This is what it is, period. If somebody said thank you, oh my God, I didn't expect it. So nice of him. He's trying now not to owe me so much, so he wants to raise me to contribute to my feeling because he doesn't want just to be on the recipient side, right? He wants to be also a donor. So if somebody gives you, sometimes when you really appreciate that, you give more than you received, correct? So it's not about the physical action, it's about the result. It's about what really are you doing. And the result is, it doesn't matter what you did, what matters is what you remember out of it. Was it a great experience or what is a lousy experience, right? And that, says Rav Ashlag, what determines if it was a great experience? Where was your consciousness? What were you thinking about? Did you really give to somebody so he gives you a favor in return? So this is trade. It's not a contribution, it's trade, right? You give somebody some service, so he will give you a service in return, let's say barter, or gives you money in return. But this is business. Are you doing business? Or are you really doing business with the creation? With the creation, by giving. Says the Zohar, you're raising yourself to a higher place. Now, you already got up to a higher place. Now, what else do you want? You want somebody to say thank you? Yeah, you didn't do it for that. You're not supposed to do it. And what if he doesn't say thank you? Do you know what does it mean? What if he does not say thank you? Now you're going to be miserable? Didn't we read in Mount Sinai Revelation, the first verse was, the first announcement was, I am the Lord your God, who took you out of Egypt, the house of slavery. You're not a slave to anyone. No, but if he doesn't say thank you, I cannot be happy. You're a slave. You are back to slavery. Hello? What didn't you understand? You're not a slave anymore, which means your consciousness or your feelings are not supposed to be dependent on anyone. Oh, it's not easy. Of course it's not easy. What, do you want it easy? Please wait till we read the rest. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. It's tough, but you are meant to be in that place that you're nobody's slave. You're free. When you are free, you're not just free from what other people say about you. Says the Zohar, you're free in the Torah. When Moses brings the tablets, it says that it was written, engraved on the tablets. Was it? No, says our sages are saying, forget it. It says charut al haluchot. You know, there's a illusion that your brain sees what he wants to see. Says our sages are saying, look what it says, charut al haluchot. Your brain says engraved on the tablets. Your sages say, no, engraved is chet, resh, vav, tet. What it says is chet, resh, vav, taf. Chet, resh, vav, taf is cherut al haluchot. Freedom on the tablets. Freedom from what? Say the sages, freedom from the angel of death. Every time we get disappointed because somebody, close or far, did not say thank you, did not appreciate, we become slaves to their reaction. In that moment, how can you be a vessel for the light of the Creator, for the Holy Spirit, if you are right now what? A slave. A slave cannot have the Holy Spirit on him. Forget it. Sorry. Against the rules. Against the rules. Why? Because you're worshiping idols. You're worshiping other people. You're worshiping an object. I'm so excited. I ordered something on the internet and it's going to come. I'm so excited. You know what happens? So what appears? It comes. He ordered it pink. It comes orange. What a disaster! The end of the world. Now you have to send it back. It's like, what an aggravation! What an aggravation! You're killing yourself, and you say it's killing me. If it's killing you, it's not killing you. You're killing you because you do not follow the rules. You're not supposed to let anything and anyone to kill you. Forget it. Unless this is idol worshipping. It says, the second one says, you shall not have another God. Pink or orange, this is your God. Okay? You cannot have two of them. Either that or the Creator himself. Now you should choose. We have a free will. Who do you want to be your God? Huh? The orange dress or the creator himself? It looks like there's no choice about it. Oh, yes, there is. Most people choose to be slaves to the God of orange and pink, white or marble or whatever you just call it. It looks so ridiculous, and people fall into it again and again and again. When you're a slave, you cannot build not a tabernacle, not a temple, not a dream, not a spaceship, nothing. Gurnished, nothing. Zero. You're just busy, being miserable, and blaming the whole world but yourself. And then blaming yourself won't help either, because you're not taking responsibility. And therefore, says the Zohar, in the beginning, it says, we'll go back to that verse we just started with King David. It says in verse 36 in the Zohar, Perush HaSulam, of Rabbi Ashleg's commentary. Besifrei Kshafim, in the books of dark magic, witchcraft, Shelimed Ashmedai Melech Hashadim Shlomo HaMelech, that the king of the demons, there's a story that King Solomon was so wise. It was not enough for him, only the wisdom of the light side. He wanted to know the wisdom of the dark side also. So he tricked the king of the demons, caught him, and forced him to teach him his secrets. So he taught him his secrets. And one of them, he says that in the book of wizardry of the king of the demons, it says, כל מי שרוצה להשתדל להעביר ממנו רוח הטומאה ולהכניע רוח אחר דסתרא אחא. First of all, he says, before you want to become a dwelling for the Holy Spirit and for the light of the Creator, you have to remove from yourself the dark side, the dark spirit. Most people have to remove it because most people are totally addicted to evil. I mean, evil. They don't go and kill on the streets, most people, but the moment you're worshiping the orange dress or the yellow car or this, that's it. You're on the wrong side of the game. Now you blame the whole world. Now you hate. Now you curse. You destroy yourself. You get yourself sick. You make other people sick. You're already in the wrong arena. You're playing the wrong game. What can you expect from this game? Only more darkness, only more pain and sorrow. And who is to take responsibility? It's only you. You created it. You're the only one who can unsubscribe to it. Unsubscribing, some companies, you subscribe, getting out of that subscription, whoa, that takes a fight, a war, a whole army of lawyers, right? Sometimes to get unsubscribed. So the same thing with this biggest club. It's Satan's club. I'm miserable. I'm upset. They didn't say thank you. It was not the right color. It never happens on time. This guy's always late. Oh, this kind of people. It's like always. That's, this is a very special club. It has also special awards. You get one. First of all, it says you get it for free, you pay later. They call it he sold his soul to the devil. It feels so righteous. It feels so easy to get angry, to get upset, to justify everything, not just, all the negativity. You have to get it out of yourself. It's not easy. It's free and you just pay later. Or then you get like a member, you buy one, you get 10 for free. You buy one disaster, you get 10 for free. One disaster after another, one disease after disease, one aggravation after aggravation, because they come in a group. You just invite them in. You have no idea who's coming. How do you unsubscribe for that? Says the book of wizards, of the demons, as follow. Whoever wants to remove the impure spirit and to subdue it, that action that he wants to do, any action, building a house, job, whatever you're doing, you want it to be full of light. You don't want it connected to the dark side. That action, צריך לקנותו בשכר מלא. It has to be bought, acquired, achieved with the full wages. No half wages. For half, you get half. And half, this is not the job. This is not the thing. Okay? So some people, but some people get it for free. They didn't work, they didn't make money, didn't work so much. So some people are working, I heard this nonsense. And you know what? People can be fooled with external. Oh, look, he has so much luxuries. So, he's so comfortable. He has this car, this house, whatever. He become a slave to that too. What kind of a life does he have? That's what's important. So don't talk about business. Talk about something else, which is more important than business. How many people do you know that have a powerful, happy, healthy family, functional, with great relations, and it all came without any effort? Do you know things like this? No, you don't know. Why? Because it's real. And things that are real needs a lot of hard work. Okay? Even a functional business, it has to be with hard work. Because it's all based on people, relationships. Either the people you work with, the people that are your customers, who supplies, whatever. It's a lot about effort. When people leave business school and they open a business or get hired, they realize that whatever they learn in business school is about 10%. 90% is psychology, is relationships, it's worth. It's not the numbers. For the numbers, Ford, the guy who built the Ford car company, he said, numbers, you can always hire somebody to put the numbers together. The question is, he said, who's going to get all of these people to work together without killing each other? That's my job. It's all about relationships. And that is not for free. Never. Why? People can get in a mess in no time. Now, how do you get them functional again? You have to treat that's more important than ER, right? Because if you get the person, unmess him, then his blood pressure goes back to normal, everything. Then he doesn't have to go to the hospital. It's all in the mind. Okay? And that's why it says you need to acquire and buy that level with the full wages. You have to make the effort to pay whatever it has to pay, and payment is everything. Mm-hmm. Payment is money. Payment is blood, sweat, and tears. It's all about it. משום שרוח הטומאה הוא מזומן תמיד בחינם ובריק. The impure spirit is always available for free. You want for free? Troubles are for free. Impurity is for free. Disasters come for free. Anguish comes for free. That's for free. No problem. No, not just for free. You become member in the club, Satan club. You get one, it comes with the third. You get 10 for free. Don't worry, here's more. ונמכר בלא תשלום, it goes without a payment. כי מכריח בני אדם שישרה להם, because the impure spirit runs after you and seduces you. Take me in, it's going to be great. You'll pay later. We'll worry about it later. Okay? However, רוח הקדושה, but the spirit of holiness, אינו כן. It's not like this. אלא בשכר מלא, but full wages. בהשתדלות גדולה ורבה, with hard working, with effort, ובטהרת עצמו, and with purity of oneself, ובטהרת משכנו, and the purity of your dwellings, ובחפץ ליבו ונפשו, it has to be also with a desire, with urge, with want, it has to be focused. וגם אז, and even then, לא, שיוכל להרוויח אותו, שישים משכנו עמו, if you want to earn the Holy Spirit, you want that holy power to dwell with you, הוא צריך ללכת בדרך הישר, you have to be honest. שלא ינטות לימין ושמאל, not to go to the right and not to the left. ואם לא, if you're not honest, then the Holy Spirit slips you away. מתרחק far away. ולא יוכל עוד להרוויח אותו כבתחילה, and it's not going to be that easy. If you thought it's hard, now to get it back, it will be even harder than that. Okay? So, the whole world is full of people that watch TV, see the movies, see their friends, and say, I wish I had whatever. But what is that you want? The facade, the illusion, the way it looks like, or the way it feels like? Do you see the happiness? You want their happiness? Real happiness? Can you force somebody to be happy? Can you force somebody to be successful? No. You have to want it. You have to desire it. You have to acquire it. You have to fight for it, so it's yours. And if other people have it, the only jealousy that is allowed, even recommended, according to the Torah, it's called kinat sofrim tarbe chokhmah, is when you see what they have and you say, wow, I want it too, and you're willing to learn from them. So you'll do what they did in order to get what they got. Instead, coveting, which is also not right, trying to get what they have without making the effort that they made. You know what? Even if you get it out of them, by all means, stealing, all kinds of loopholes in the law, people can get stuff they don't deserve. You get the illusion, but you don't get the Holy Spirit. And when you don't get the Holy Spirit, you don't get the real thing. You always stay frustrated because you thought you again an idol worshiper, because that blue car will make me happy. No, it's not. Only you can make yourself happy. And you have to remember, it's all about our relationships with the light of the Creator. There's nothing else. Yeah, but this guy is mean. So, he has a problem. Why should it be your problem? Why you should make it your problem? That's only your choice. It's in your belief system. You want to be happy. You want to have a home, a body, a life that is full of holiness and fulfillment and enlightenment. These are the rules. You have to build your temple and you have to live, function, and walk like a high priest in your own temple. You know very well, you're looking for a product. You're going to buy it on the street. Okay, you're going to the first shop that has the product. But you feel nasty because the guy who's running the place doesn't behave nice, doesn't look nice. There's no holiness over there. There's no positivity over there. You know what? You say, I want to buy the product, but not from him. And sometimes you go into a shop and there's nothing there you want to buy, but there's such a good feel over there. It feels that somebody put his soul into it. As we said, you have to bring the Holy Spirit and you have to make the effort for that. It's not just into singing songs. Somebody's song is his shop. Another person's song is the art he's making. Another one is what he cooks. He makes a living on it. Mm-hmm. It's like it sings. That's what's important. You feel God in that, what the person is creating. So you're there and you want to take some of that touch, some of that feel, you want to take it home. So you buy, although you're never meant to buy anything over there. That's a secret. That's a secret. So now, if you really want to see how it works, we continue with King David. We continue with King David. So it says, verse 259. It says, the verse started with, God, I am Eli, Elokim, Eli ata shachareka. I am yearning for you. I want you. Okay? Says the Zohar, כפשוטו הוא יפה. You translate it this way, it's nice. But the word השחרeka has another meaning. פירושו שהתקין האור המאיר בשחרות. The word לשחרeka means, I yearn for you, but the letters shin chet resh are the letters of the word shachor, black, dark. שהוא סוד אור החוכמה שבשליטת השמאל. There is a light that is called dark light. What? How could light be dark? שהוא סוד אור החוכמה שבשליטת השמאל. This is the light which is also called the light of wisdom on the left side. What does that mean? When the light of the Creator is coming to someone, the light of the Creator is available for everyone. You know, no one can stop it from coming in because the light of the Creator is boundless. It is endless, right? So if somebody really wants it, he will get it. He will get it his way. The problem is there are rules, which means the moment you draw in dark light, what do I mean dark light? You draw the light for yourself alone, that's called dark light. And dark light cannot be felt in a positive way. You know, when let's say you're watching the Super Bowl game, okay, or basketball game, and you see the movie live, and you see the picture of the players, and you see the picture of the field and so on, and then the camera goes by these huge lights, because usually it's at night, okay? And what do you see in the middle of the light on the camera? A black spot. Too much light burns it up. It becomes black. Becomes black. That is the black light the Zohar is talking about. That's what King David is saying. When you desire and you get a lot because you want so much for yourself, it is a black light. Mm-hmm. Why? There is energy, but it burns you, consumes you. Everything becomes dark and black because of it. That's a black light. ומי שמתקן אור השחור הזה, this black light is dark, אינו מאיר, does not shine, עד שמתקנים אותו למטה, till it's being fixed, corrected from below. What does mean corrected from below? שזהו האור של המראה המאירה. How do you correct it? דהיינו שמעלים מים נוקבין. It's called female water. What I mean, when a person is raising himself, his consciousness, by giving of himself, by sharing, by caring, by giving up the immediate gratification and desire in order to get the bigger picture, in order to share, in order to be part of something bigger. When you get out of your own self, Terumah, when you raise yourself to a higher place, that fixes a dark light and makes it a white light. A white light that heals, corrects, brings bliss, abundance, healing, everything you need. That's a white light. And this is building. When we are talking about the whole Parashat Terumah, about building and building and building, you can build anything with that. It's, as I said, it's a job. It's a house. It's a relationships. It's a hobby. It doesn't matter whatever you build. It can be made of words. It can be made of leather. It can be made of marble. It doesn't matter. It's what is the energy you draw into it. That's what matters. That's the most important thing. שזהו האור של המראה מאירה. Then it becomes like a shining mirror. וזהו האדם הזוכה לעולם הבא. And then what you get out of it, עולם הבא. The world to come. Which means, what is the world to come? I thought that people get the world to come when they die. But in Hebrew, it doesn't say so. It says עולם הבא. עולם הבא, translated into English, means העולם שבא, the world that is coming. That world is coming always at us. The question is, do we build him, that world, a dwelling, a vessel, a place, so he dwells in? When you do that, then you experience what is called olamcha tir'eh b'chayecha. You will see and experience the world to come in your everyday life. And this is what Parashat Terumah is about. How do we raise ourselves to a place in which we can get fulfilled with the white light, transforming the dark light and making into a shining white light that feels like heaven on earth? And that's what life is about. So when you get this consciousness of you are the high priest, your home is your temple, your place of work is your temple, whatever you do is your temple, and this is your whatever, the angels around you. And when you do that, you train to do that. It takes a while. But if you have that thinking and that state of mind, your life will feel like being in a temple and like a dwelling of the Holy Spirit. And what comes with that tastes like the other world, feels like the other world, says like the other world, and is exciting and fulfilling like the other world. You don't have to die. That's real freedom. Thank you so much and have a great week.